Are you a guy you find it hard to pack on muscle and mass? Are you an ectomorph? Watch this for the answer.
Our next caller is Landon from North Carolina.
Landon, what's up, man?
What up?
How can we help you?
Hey guys, man, this is so cool. It's good to talk with y'all today. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah,
I'm doing
great,
all right.
Caller from 2022. We've been on here already?
What's that?
I said, have you been on here already?
Yeah. So I spoke with you guys back, I think towards the end of 22, about clean bulks versus dirty bulks, and have tried my best to go the clean route. But that's partially what my question is today. And I know your guys' time is really valuable, so I want to go ahead and jump in if that's okay.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Do it.
I sent a pretty lengthy question. I'm not going to go through all of that because it's a lot, but there's a bit of an update since I sent that. Did you guys see my question that I sent?
Yeah, we're looking at it right now. We can see
You can give it. Go ahead and go through it a little bit just for the audience so they can hear what's going on.
Okay, sounds good. So basically, I've cycled through a decent number of MAPS programs, which, by the way, are all fantastic, expertly programmed and written, and I see immediate strength gains on each one I do. So I ran through anabolic, performance, aesthetic, and then went to power lift, saw explosive strength on power lift. And then I had to stop strong midway through. My joints were killing me. And I just needed, I think, something different. So I switched into symmetry to end the year. And that ended up being really good, felt great, which, by the way, anyone who's sleeping on symmetry, that is an amazing program. And on the 5x5 too is awesome. So that was great. And now for 24, I'm basically just trying to cycle anabolic. I just started that over and just going to see if I can ratchet up the strength gains throughout the year. But the main question, man, is I don't know if it's my body type, hard gainer or what, but it is a beast to try to put on lean body mass. I can increase body weight. I mean, I love to eat, but putting on true lean muscle seems to be hard. So I just basically want to spitball and brainstorm ideas of what I'm doing wrong, because I know the programming is amazing. The work's being put in, just trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, so let's back up here for a second.
Okay.
When you first started, how old are you, first of all?
32.
Okay. So you're 32 years old, and when you started lifting weights, what was your lean body mass at, and what are you at now? Like, what kind of gains have you made over the period of time you've been lifting weights properly?
Oh goodness. I mean, I was an athlete, played basketball growing up. So I've started like sophomore year of high school and couldn't even, bench barely the bar. So I've gone from, the 25s on each side as a milestone to now hitting 280. So I've made strength gains.
How tall are you?
6'5".
So you're 6'5". Were you 6'5" in high school too?
I was about 6'3".
Okay.
So I grew a little bit in college as well.
I remember you now.
Yeah, bro, you've made incredible progress. Okay, here's what happens.
Progress.
Now we're gonna break down what you're doing to see if there's anything we can change. But building muscle is a slow, long process. In the first couple years, it can happen pretty quickly if you do everything right. So packing on 15 pounds of lean body mass is what a lot of guys can do with good training and good diet within the first maybe 2 or 3 years. After that, it gets really tough. Genetics play a big role. Now you're obviously a tall dude. You're 6'5". You're built like a basketball player. It's probably going to be a bit tougher for you to gain lean body mass. Yeah, but your strength is fucking amazing. A guy that tall who could bench as much as you can. What's your squat at?
365 right now.
Bro, you're crushing it.
Yeah, you're strong.
I've had it in the fours before, but it's dropped a little bit.
Wait, you've got up to 400-pound squat at 6'5", at under 200-pound body weight?
Yeah, it's unreal.
420 was my highest, but again, it's dropped some.
At a body weight under 200 pounds?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Bro, that's amazing.
Stronger than I was.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
So yes,
did you see in his thing too? Like, so he admits that he's got a little bit of body dysmorphia, and that's kind of what's going on right now. Bro.
Dude.
You have a distorted view of what you've really accomplished. I mean, you really have done incredible work.
Yeah, you've done great. Everything seems to be good. How's your energy, libido? It says here your sleep is good and all that stuff. Is libido good? Energy good?
Yeah, all that's good. The only time that dropped was towards like phase 3 of aesthetic.
Too much volume.
I was definitely overtrained then.
Yeah.
But overall, man, I feel great.
And your body fat percentage, it says here's at 13%.
Yeah, I'm back down to about 10 now.
Oh, bro, you could, you got to eat more.
So
You're fine.
You know what's interesting? When was the last time you actually ran a cut?
I'm in one now. Like
Okay.
I was in a slight bulk most of 23, but I've been cutting probably for 6 to 8 weeks now.
Oh, time to go back on a bulk.
Yeah, go on a bulk. And here's something too with like you're really lean. I can see how lean you are. Hearing your numbers, they're phenomenal. What you're doing, you could afford to put some excess body fat on. So with a client like you, I've been exactly in this. We have, I think, and I remember when we first met, and we talked the first time. I think I related to like some of the challenges that you had and stuff like that of trying to put weight on. And I don't know if I told you this back then or not, but one of the like rules that I gave myself when I was really trying to put on size and was struggling to do that was I would allow myself to have some of the foods that are not ideal for me. You know, the popcorn, the candy, the ice cream, these things like that, after I hit my macro targets. And what that did was it helped. Okay, I got what my body needs to build and put on the muscle like I want. Now, because I'm not very hungry, but I could have some candy, or I could I can always eat a bowl of ice cream. I'm always up for that. Like those type of things help me push beyond on the calories. The mistake I would make when I was younger and didn't know any better is I would say okay to the candy and the ice cream, and then when I started tracking, I realized, oh shit, I'm just eating a ton of sugar,
you're not hitting your protein,
and I'm not hitting my protein intake. I'm missing what my body needs to build muscle, but I'm over consuming on calories, and so I'm just putting body fat on. So if you give yourself a little bit of that freedom of allowing yourself some of these hyper palatable foods in to help push the calories up, but discipline yourself to not until I do this. Not until I train, not until I hit my protein intake. If I check those boxes, it's on. I'm gonna enjoy some of those foods.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get into some other stuff in your question. You gotta eat more. You just gotta eat more. And look, for me, now I'm older now, so it's different. But you know, when I was younger and my metabolism was like yours, I'm not as tall as you, but it was like it was so hard to gain weight for me. I built the most strength and muscle when my body fat percentage was around 15%.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And by the way, 15% is a good body fat percentage to be at. 10% is lean. I mean, that's like you can see your abs. 15% is totally fine. If I tried to pack on mass and stay 10, 11% body fat, especially when I was younger, it wouldn't happen. I'd have to push the calories and allow my body fat to creep up. But man, I would get stronger and I would build muscle, and then I would cut down, and I'd do it again and cut down. This is the old method of bulking and cutting. And it allowed me to continue to add more and more mass over time. But if I tried to do it while not really gaining much body fat, it would have been impossible. Now, you also said up here, you don't even take creatine. Creatine's good for you. By the way, someone your size, take 10 grams a day. By the way,
that'll help right now.
If you were to take 10 grams a day right now, by the end of next week, so maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks from now, you'll be up by about 5 pounds on the scale, and the weight on the bar will go up by about 10 pounds on most of your lift, just from creatine.
And the weight will look good because it'll volumize.
Your muscles are going to be fuller.
Yeah, your muscles.
You are missing out by not taking creatine. In fact, it's going to blow your mind when you take it. You're going to be like, "Oh, this feels great." And it's
so
good.
I actually did. Sorry, that was one other update. I started during my cut. I didn't take it at all in 23. Heard you guys talking about how great it is. So I started on that. I probably get like 4 grams or whatever it is, milligrams a day.
It's 4.
But would you suggest even bumping that up to 10 now?
10. Yeah, you're a big guy. I'd go 10 grams a day.
Okay.
In fact, I mean, look, most people 5 grams is enough, but now we have data showing that 10 grams, especially for larger individuals, might have some additional benefits. So awesome. I would go 10 grams a day. You can split the dose or not. I don't think it makes a big difference. It also says here you're taking a DHT blocker like Propecia. Are you still taking that?
Yep, I am. That's correct.
Is that for hair loss?
Yeah, trying to keep the mane.
Okay. Yes, it could definitely have a negative effect on.
Okay.
Yeah, so DHT, it's not like this muscle building hormone, but there are health effects that come from having normal DHT levels, and there are negative effects from blocking DHT. So DHT is a very strong androgen. So it's not anabolic, right? Like other hormones, not a muscle builder, but DHT will make you stronger and it'll increase your libido and it'll do all these. In fact, some of the best, we're going to go off in a little dark route here, but some of the best strength building steroids that are out there are derived off of DHT. Okay. So I would go off the Propecia
What about what?
And then you can look, there's a company called Intera Skincare. So go to interaskincare.com/Mind Pump.
Or go to mindpumppartners.com.
Yeah, mindpumppartners.com will have it there too. And there's a product called Follitin, which is amazing for hair loss, and it does not affect your hormone levels. If you do the research on blocking DHT, it's not a good thing. You don't want to necessarily do that. I mean, I know there's some applications that are important for certain situations, but especially at your age, I would go Follitin, get off the Propecia, and you'll probably notice some strength gains from doing so.
No kidding.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Will do. And you made a good point too about the metabolism. And I heard you say before, Sal, when you would go into a 500 calorie surplus, you'd be at maintenance basically within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because your metabolism would shift, and I can relay that as well. So eat more.
That's why the hyper palatable foods will help.
Let your body fat go up a little bit while you're training. By the way, do you have MAPS Anabolic Advanced?
No, I don't.
All right, do that. That's gonna put some muscle on you. Go into bulk, MAPS Anabolic Advanced. You'll put on. I would expect to put on a good 5 pounds of lean body mass by the end of it.
No kidding.
Yeah, but you got to go on a nice bulk. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's good to know too that our body types, I might build muscle better at 14 to 15. That gives me permission to get up to that point. So,
you will.
Yeah, dude.
You will.
No way, man. No way. I could never. At 10% body fat, I would not build muscle.
The only time I was able to do that was when I was competing and I'm on steroids. It was the only like, naturally young. Like I had to push my body fat percentage up to put on some good weight. So just have a little more freedom with the food, dude. You can afford it.
Yep. And then it'll be so easy for you to cut anyway afterwards because your body probably wants to sit leaner anyway.
Sure. Right on, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for all you do for your help, and I'll keep in touch. Looking forward to putting this to good use.
You got it, man. I can't wait to hear back from you. Let us know what happens after Anabolic Advanced.
Yeah, will do. Sounds good.
You got it, man. It was to the point where I remember the hardest, most aggressive, consistent, like, I don't care about anything, I'm just going to pack on size bulk I ever did. I got my body fat up to 17.5%. And I was eating a lot and a lot of shit. I was eating everything. I was probably 5,000 calories a day. Yeah. And that was the highest I could get. Just that's how my body was. It just would not.
I mean, if you're training hard with it, that's what's so funny, right? Like, putting on lots of body fat is really easy when you do nothing and you eat like shit.
You eat a lot.
But if you're training and you're hitting your protein intake and then you're just way over consuming calories, you'd be surprised how hard it actually is to put on lots. You're sending this consistent signal to build muscle and you're flooding with plenty of nutrients and calories. It takes a lot to put all that.
Genetically super gifted people, which are super rare. It's like as rare as like 7 foot tall people, whatever. Super rare. There are super rare individuals out there that can pack muscle on and maintain like 9% body fat.
Yeah.
And I have met, I can think of 1 or 2 in my entire life.
Well, they're all over Instagram too, by the way.
Yeah.
We now have a distorted, that's part of the problem right now.
Totally.
Is there's this distorted idea of like there's a lot of those people, but they literally all those people post pictures on Instagram, and you're probably following all of them.
Wow, he gained 15 pounds and he's shredded. Like,
they're literally like less than 1% of the population, but they're all of the people in your feed, and so you think that like, oh, this is totally obtainable.
Totally. Look, if you love the show, go to mindpumpfree.com. Check out all of our free fitness guides. Also, we're on Instagram. Justin is at mindpumpjustin. I'm at mindpumpdestefano. Adam is at mindpumpadam.